everybody. I know you thought the party was over. The party is not over. Listen, you are in for a treat. Yes, we were in the Zoom room, aka the boom boom room, and it went down. Coach laid it down. She put the smack down on the smackdown, and we are so excited. So listen, you may not have been there for the private session. It's okay. You still have an opportunity. Go to www.buyblackandpink.com. Use the code half off so you can get the replays, because some of the stuff that you need to know was done behind the scenes. You got to get those replays. You got to get the notes. You got to get the free gifts. We were just talking about one of the free gifts is 100 ways to make money. If you need money in this hour, you want to go to www.buyblackandpink.com. But I'm going to shut up. I'm excited to be here with my sisters, Dr. Cynthia and Ms. Rose. We're excited to be here. We've had an incredible 5 days at the Pink and Pay boot camp. So listen, it's only fitting that we would end the Pink and Pay boot camp with the one herself, the one that is, low key gonna make you feel bad, because some of us, yes, I said us, gotta get up in the morning and log in. Some of y'all got to get in the car and go where you're going, but it's all good. It's all good. You're at the right place at the right time with the right people. So I'm excited. None other than the quick coach herself. She got a new look. She is fierce and fine and fabulous, and she is rocking it. I mean, she got one of the cutest bald heads I done seen, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't going that route, but she's wearing it well. Amen. Bless the Lord. But she's wearing it well. She's going to give you this information. If you know somebody that needs to quit their job, send them this broadcast. Share the broadcast anyway. If you are on Periscope, hey, I'm going to be checking you out. If you are on YouTube, hey, y'all, share the broadcast. And certainly our Facebook family, share the broadcast. Sharing is caring. And y'all know Jennifer going to talk about that sharing piece too. So none other than the quick chick herself, Miss Jennifer King. Take it away, ma'am.
Thank you, y'all. Y'all said y'all wanted some help on the midnight show, and y'all got me here because Coach killed it in the boom boom room. I love the boom boom room. I love it to death. So we have been having an amazing time over here, guys. You can still get the replays by going to bit.ly/WeBuyBlackandPink.com. I think that's it. I hope. No. I'm saying Buy Black and Pink. We Buy Black and Pink is the group. bit.ly/BuyBlackandPink.com. You want to get those replays. You want to use the code half off, all lowercase. So I'm super excited to be here. I gave the ladies in the Zoom room a little bit of a tip about things that they can do, because all week as part of Pink and Paid, something Coach has been talking about is getting help to get to your next level. Because, and you're going to hear me talk about it, if you could have done it by yourself, you would have done it by now. And I'm going to impress upon everybody that's in the Zoom room, even those that are over here on Facebook, to share out the broadcast. And I know Facebook comes up with all these buzzwords you shouldn't say: invite, share, whatever. Let somebody know they need to hear this presentation, because it was literally one share of a broadcast that changed my life. Someone shared Coach's broadcast with me. I listened to her maybe a couple of days. This is just going to be my story, and then I'll jump into the presentation. And I said, oh my God. And by this time I had been on my job at 33 years. 33 years I had been at the same job right out of high school, went to college, did all of that stuff at the same job, got promotions, had some success, talked myself into liking my job. Why did I do that? Why did I say, oh, I like my job? They're very flexible. They work with me. I really don't have to do much. Of course I'm going to say that, because what else the hell am I going to do? I got to work, right? So you make the best of it. And that's what a lot of people, if not everybody's doing. If you say you love your job, I think that is great. But that love you have for making somebody else money, let me repeat that. That love you have for making somebody else money, you could be taking that same energy and that same love and make your own money. I literally had to quit my job to make money. Let me repeat that. I had to quit my job to make money, because I lived paycheck to paycheck, despite the promotions, despite the degrees, despite everything, I was still living paycheck to paycheck because I didn't have the right mindset. I didn't have a money mindset. And so that's very, very important as we move forward, especially in the midst of COVID, right? In the midst of COVID, many of you may not have to get out in traffic. You hopefully have the luxury to work from home. Hopefully you didn't get laid off, but you still got to get up and log in. You've still got to get up and log in. So while you're getting up in the morning, logging in, I will have already been up a couple of hours, probably on the phone with coach, working through the day. But then by 11, 12 o'clock, I'm grabbing lunch and going back to sleep because now I'm free. Now I'm free to do what I want. I don't have to answer to anybody. I actually did a testimony for coach, and I talked about, I'm going to tell you guys the beginning of my testimony, and then I'm going to go into my presentation. But I start talking about 33 years. I was in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for 33 years, but not as an inmate, as an employee. But listen, guys, I might as well have been an inmate because they told me when to be there, when I could leave, and what I had to do while I was there. So not only that, so being in an environment for 33 years institutionalizes you. So I was always kind of stuck there because I didn't know what I was going to do when I left. Right. So if you ever known anybody that's been incarcerated for any length of time, when they come out, they're institutionalized because the world has gone on without them and they don't know how to adapt. They have to get some new skills. So I was like, I can't survive on the outside. I can't survive on the outside. So, you know, well, I was eligible to retire years ago, but the money wasn't there. You know, they talk about, oh, retirement, get a good job. And I'm going to talk about that in the presentation. But nobody ever tells you that if you already working paycheck to paycheck, retirement's not in the cards. Retirement's not in the cards. You're going to have to keep working paycheck to paycheck. Have you ever had to go to work broke? Have you ever had to go to work broke? Comment me in the chat if you have ever had to go to work broke, because that was me all the time. So let me share my screen really quick. Why won't it give me, let me share. Hang tight, guys. And I'm going to go into my presentation. I know it's late and I know y'all got to get up and go to work tomorrow. And I am so sorry for that. But after you work with coach and or work with me, did you give me host controls? There we go. I got it, Rose. Thank you. That's my illiterate self. And that was really what I was before I got in this community. I was not tech savvy at all. Now I'm uploading and downloading and front loading and back loading, all kinds of things. So let's talk about your exit plan. And if you guys have any questions, either put them in the chat or hold them till the end. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. But as I go into talking about this, I want you to know that when I started, I couldn't afford my first class. That was $59 a week. And I said, I can't afford this class. How am I going to do this? I'm already not even making it paycheck to paycheck. So I went and found the money through working for a different company. And that's also a service that we provide as part of creating your exit plan, is helping you get the money you need to get the help that you desperately need. Whether you coach with me, coach with coach, or coach with Tisha, Rose, or anybody, get anybody's service. It's all about getting the money you need to get that service. So I'm not saying you have to go with me, but you are going to need some extra money. You're going to need some capital to do it. So I don't want you to count yourself out if you feel like you don't have the money, because that's not the case. Your exit plan, many of you guys already know me. My name is Jennifer King. They call me Nunu, and I'm not the new girl in the community, but I embrace my name Nunu, and we'll talk about why they call me that later. What did I just do? What happened? Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Hold, please. We have a technical issue going on here. Why am I at the bottom of my presentation? Let me see. Hang tight, y'all. Let me escape out of here. I don't know how I got to the bottom, probably when I was making edits earlier. Here we go. All right. Let's go with your exit plan. Your leaving your job is going to require a plan. I'm not advocating for anybody to just leave their job. Even though some people get sick of it and they do it, some people may have gotten laid off, but you still can get a plan, because if you got laid off, or if you're currently not working, when you hear more about the program, you're going to find out that it's all about building a profitable online business so that you can make money. It's going to be talking about generating revenue. That's the sole focus of the program. So my question is, are you a frustrated employee that who thinks your only option is to make money, is to work a job? Is that you? Comment me in the chat. A job you go to daily, not because you like what you do, but because you have to work to live. And I get it. Everybody has to work to live because we got to eat, we got to pay rent. I understand. But there is an alternative. What if I offered you the opportunity to take your gifts and talents and your passion and build a profitable online business so that you no longer had to go to a job? And the expert help you need to take your gifts and talents and build a business so that you never have to go work for somebody else. So that instead of going to work daily, creating plans and implementing ideas and making money for others, you can use your gifts and talents to make money for yourself. Would you take us up on that offer? Would you take us up on that offer, or would you be like, oh, that doesn't sound right, that sounds too good to be true? I spent over 33 years using my gifts and talents working on somebody else's dream. Over 33 years. If you're going to a job, you're working somebody else's land, you're working somebody else's field, you're sharecropping, you are a slave. With working with more than 26 years in management, helping others develop their skills so that they can advance in their career. A lot of times I was there. How many of you guys have been at a job and someone got a promotion and you trained them, or someone got a promotion over you? You had been there longer, had more experience, but here they come in, someone younger getting your job, or just because the director likes someone better than you because you might have spoke up too many times. Has that happened to you? Now, our number one mission is to help you take your skills and knowledge to build a profitable business online. Why online? More so now than ever with COVID going on. Some of you guys, I heard Tisha talking earlier, talking about how she, when they got ready to tell her she had to come back in the office, she was going to be like, I'm going to pass on that. If you may be working from home right now, but eventually they'll get a handle on COVID, they'll get a cure. I don't want their vaccine. Keep your vaccine, because you talk about it takes years to create a vaccine, and now you're talking about you can do it in 6 months. Keep your vaccine. First, let me share with you a little bit more about me, Jennifer King, the creator of the Exit Plan. I'm a retired regional director from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice after nearly 34 years. I've recrafted my life to help others be free to live a life that they love. I'm the Amazon bestselling author of 33 Years a Slave, Removing Chains from Life, Love, and Business. I've authored multiple books, journals, and planners about mindset and business. I've launched several workshops and workbooks to help individuals focus on the strategies to build profitable business. And now I spend my time helping people build those profitable businesses. Now, my big goal is to teach you what it takes to make a permanent departure from your job, from the workforce, into a world of being a full-time entrepreneur. So if you're someone who is ready to do the work, because it is going to be work, using your gifts and talents to build a profitable business, but you don't know how to monetize those gifts and talents, this video presentation may be the most important webinar you have ever watched. In the next few minutes, you're going to discover about your exit plan. The same formula used by hundreds of others to exit the workforce and work for themselves. After this presentation, you will understand exactly how we will help you get out of your head. Number one, get out of your head, change your mindset about working a job, and build a profitable business online. You don't have to get out in the world of COVID right now or ever. You probably already know this, but working a job is what we were taught to do. How many people agree with that? Comment me in the chat. We've all been conditioned all of our life by virtually everyone you've come in contact with to get a good job and work hard. So it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. We were not presented with many other options, if any. Think back to the many times you've heard your elders and our peers talk about and celebrate the fact that we have had a good job. I know when I was getting ready to leave my job, everybody was like, "You gonna leave that good job? Well, how in the hell do you know it's good? Did I ever tell you it was good?" And I work for the government, so And see, I started back in the 80s, and in the 80s, everybody said, "Get a government job. Go get you one of them good government jobs. They have benefits." So that's what I did. They had benefits, all right. But if had I not found coach and started building my business, I'd still be there. I'd be going into my 35th year. This is one of the most prized possessions in the human culture. But just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean that you should too. In fact, one of the biggest secrets to big business and corporation is to foster the false sense of security among employees so that you won't want to leave. Despite how they treat you, how many of you guys have been treated bad at work? Comment me in the chat. Despite the low pay, they never pay you your worth. Despite the fact that you may hate your job, that you have to get up and go to tomorrow, like in less than 8 hours. And I'm getting you guys riled up on purpose because you got to go tomorrow. If you hate your job, you still got to go tomorrow because you got to work to live. I understand that, but it's time to do something different, because if you don't do something different now, how you're feeling right now going in tomorrow is how you're going to feel for years to come. And what's going to happen when you're too tired to get up to work? What's going to happen when you're like, I can't do it anymore? You're going to be sitting at home, still living paycheck to paycheck, or maybe not even having a paycheck and not having any hope. Now is the time to do something different, despite the fact that you're overworked. I can remember one time I was doing 3 people's jobs, freaking ridiculous. Can y'all please hire somebody? But no, you can't hire anybody because nobody is dumb enough to come over here and do all this work for no money but me. 3 people's job, I did it. And then they were like, how did you do that? Well, when you think you're doing good and going to get recognized and you think you might get a raise, you're going to work hard. You're going to give your all to your job. I will be damned if I go back to a job and give them anything, because when you know different, you do different. But until you get some help, to get somebody to help you with your mindset, remember I told you all your life, you have been taught to go to a job, work hard. Work hard. And as Black women, I'm just going to go there. My mom always told me, dress for the job you want. You get out there and you work hard. She did the best she could with what she had. Have y'all ever had your mom say, I'm just doing the best I can with what I got? That was me in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s. I did the best I could with what I have, but now I know different, and you know different. So you can no longer use the excuse that you don't have a way out because you're hearing about it right now. They make you think that you can't make it without them. I'm here to tell you, you can. And I know it's a hard sell. I know it's a hard sell for your mindset shift, but when you get in a community and you get around people who have been where you are and are where you want to be, let me repeat that. If you get in a community of women who have been where you are, I've done the payday loans. I used to live 40 plus miles from my job. I would have to call in sick because I didn't have gas money. And I know everybody has life. I'm not comparing my life to yours, but I am saying don't let excuses, because that's what it is. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. If Coach can do it, Roses, I can name you countless women that have done it. Please don't think, and I'm not putting anybody down, that your case is any different than anybody else's. It's all about what you want to do. It's about a choice. You're choosing to go to work, and you're choosing not to make the money you need to get coaching to build a business, because everybody has a PhD. Everybody has a PhD in something that they can do to make money. They make you think that they need you and that you can stay as long as you want. You can have your job. I'm leaving. I didn't even want a retirement party. Keep your retirement. All I wanted was the insurance. Just give me the insurance. You owe me the insurance. Okay, give me that little pension check. But y'all, I don't even use the pension check. I don't even use the pension check. I don't. In spite of the unexpected layoffs in virtually every industry every year, Even more so now, COVID, look at all the millions of people on unemployment that they're talking about is going to end in like 2 weeks. You're getting an additional $600. They're talking about people not going back to work because they're making more money with unemployment. Why? Don't depend on other people. We're about to go broke in this country, but the government. But I'm telling you, there are people out there spending money, and you may say, well, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I don't have the money for this. I can't do it. There are things you can do. You're just so have tunnel vision, and you're not seeking wise counsel. Because I had to find the money to get the coaching. Had I not done that, I would be going to work tomorrow with you. So now that we know different, we must do different. You can do something now to make sure that you are in full control of your current and future income. You know how people say, oh, I'm on a fixed income. I'm not on no damn fixed income no more. I create my money, but I wasn't able to do it by myself. I had to get some help. I had to get some help because I didn't even realize what I didn't know. And you guys that have been in this conference all week, you have had 5 days of stuff you didn't know. It has blown your mind. I know your head hurts. You're probably like, oh my God. But that's how passionate we are. Coach is about her coaching. Every time you leave a class, workshop, webinar, live stream, your mind is blown. And if you keep going and not let anything get in your way, we're working with some certification clients right now. And I told those clients, treat this course better than you treat your job. When you come on Wednesday, when you wake up, if you don't feel good, I need you to call in sick to work and come to class. Don't go to work sick. How many of y'all have went to work sick with your kids sick? Call in sick and come to class, because this is the very thing that will free you from going to work. You see, I don't have to call in sick right now. I don't have to ask anybody to do anything. I make my own rules. I get lots of vacation and sick leave at NT time, Much of what you may be missing is, and how you may be feeling, maybe because you have not been able to shift your mindset from full-time employee to full-time entrepreneur. You see, we dibble and dabble in stuff all the time. We kind of have these hobbies, and we'll get into these companies, or we'll make t-shirts, or we'll do something, make a couple of extra $100, and we think we good. Now I can pay my bills. I got a little extra money. I'm here to tell you there's so much more to it. And I want you to think about how, if you are a business owner and you struggle to make a few dollars here and there, but then you see a lot of people that are so successful. I want you to think about, why are they so successful? From Oprah Winfrey to Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan to all the greats, to Danielle Whittingham, Jennifer King, Rose, everybody, Tisha. Why are we? You may be seeing us a little bit different, and I'm not bragging. I'm not bragging at all. But I'm not the same person I was a year ago. Hell, I'm not the same person I was Thursday, because Thursday I had a little bit of hair on my head, right? Now I have no hair on my head. Extra uber confident. Why? Because I have a coach. You know, Kobe Bryant's coach was, I can't remember his name. I just sent the book to my nephew. I read his book. It's called Relentless. He had a coach, not his basketball coach, but his training coach. All the greats have coaches. You want to be great? Get a coach. You want to be great, get a coach. And it's not that you haven't tried, because we all try. We try, we work hard, we put in more hours, we do this, we do that, but it's still not enough. Still not enough, because you don't know what you don't know. I'm telling you, trust and believe. If any of you guys have seen my journey, you saw me 2 years ago, maybe about a year and a half. We're coming up on about 2 years of BYOB, right? I think it'll be November, will be 2 years. But just working in Coach's brain and learning and implementing and getting frustrated. And just FYI, any good coach is going to be more about your money than you are. And any good coach, let me repeat this, lean in. Any good coach is not your friend. Any good coach is not your friend. I'm not here to hear about why you couldn't do this, that, and the third. I need to know about how you going to fix that so you can get here and free yourself. Because once you have that extra 40, 50, 60 hours, you can take a nap every day, right? Right now, you're like, oh my God, I can't make heads or tails of any of this because I have so much to do. I have so much to do. Build that business. You will have that extra time because when you're building a business to exit your job, you got to slow down to speed up. What do I mean about that? You got to find out how much money you need to quit, because what you're making now, you don't need to quit, and it's costing you money to go to work. Just FYI, it costs you money to go to work. So when I had to figure out how much it cost me to quit, I had to target that number. Once I targeted that number, I quit my job so that I can make money. Let me repeat that. I quit my job so that I can make money, because once I quit my job, I had more time to make more money. I hope that makes sense. But if something you've never done before successfully, how do you get it done without expert help? You don't. You don't, and that's why you've been struggling. You don't get it done because you don't know what you're doing. And I don't say that to be mean. I say that because that was me. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I was a smart woman. I have a master's degree and I have all of these things and I've done all of this. Means nothing. In this digital space online, it's hard out here for a pimp. We was talking about that the other. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to be passionate, and you got to provide value, and you got to know what you're doing. FYI, I've exited my job by building a business. I know what I'm doing because of Danielle Winningham. Because building an online business is not as easy as it looks. The exit plan helps you create a formula for permanently leaving the workforce, mind, body, and spirit, because it's got to be your mind first. You got to have that mindset. When you get that mindset, you're going to go to work happy. You're going to go to work happy because you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to let y'all make it this time because I'm on my way out. Mind, body, and spirit. Once you know you can do it, it can be done, and you're on your way. It took me 8 months of hard work. I was working full time. I had a teenager in sports. I had a job that I had to travel. I'm single parent, had a kid in college, right? And I'm not going to say it don't get any worse than that, because I know it does. Everybody has different circumstances, but everybody has circumstances. But I need you to know, once you think your circumstances are bad, go talk to somebody else. Go talk to somebody else and see what they had to go through. And it's all about, are you willing to do what it takes? Because if you're having a hard time now, if you don't do something different, you're going to keep having a hard time. While we help you understand how to make the money online, so that you can understand that you were not created to work somebody else's dream. If you are going to a job, you are a slave. You are sharecropping for someone else. That's why I wrote the book, 33 Years a Slave, Removing Chains from Life, Love, and Business, because I was a slave to that job. I was sharecropping for somebody else. I don't blame the job. I don't talk bad about the job. I don't talk bad about anybody in the book. I tell you, it's 33 chapters of the 33 chains that were around my neck like a damn noose, keeping me bound. But not only in the book do I talk about the chains, but I talk about how I freed myself of the chains. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I thought I was free when I got a divorce in 2007. Somewhat free, maybe a few chains off. 2019, I left my job. I thought I was free. I'm free now. I left my job. Became completely free on Friday when I stopped trying to hide this alopecia I had, and now my head is completely bald. Now I'm completely free, because had I done this presentation last Friday, I would not be up at 12 o'clock at night like it is 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. And just like you may have tried in the past to build a business so that you can exit your job, now is the time for you to get the help you need to do it right. Because the truth is, if you could have done it alone, you would have done it already. And that's where your exit plan comes in. Because until you overcome the mental mind games that a job plays on your need for security, you will remain at a job growing someone else's dream. If you got to go anywhere tomorrow in order to get paid this week, next week, this month, you're working somebody else's dream. I'm sorry, you are. Until you have the strategy to build a profitable online business, you will remain growing someone else's profits. You will remain at a job growing someone else's profits. Until you know how much money you need to be free. Remember, I talked about that quit number, because it's costing you money to go to work. Just FYI, costing you money to go to work. You will be teetering on the edge of building a business and working a job. And trust me, there's but so long you can do both. Only so long you can do both. Building a profitable business and working a job is not only frustrating, but it becomes tiresome real quick. And it will be easy for you to give up and stay at a job and build someone else's profits, dreams and profits, and make excuses as to why you're there. And when I hear people make excuses, I'm not real ugly challenging them, but I'm like, okay, been there, done that. I can overcome that. Please don't for 1 minute think that your situation is any different than anybody else's. I'm so sorry. It is not different. You can do it. It's just a matter of how bad do you want it? Are you willing to go get the help? Because you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. And you will find yourself doing things such as justifying in your mind why you need to stay at a job, because it will be easier to give up. And that's what I did. It would be easier to give up. But what you don't realize is that you're giving up on yourself and your future. You are going to be giving up on building generational wealth and a legacy for your family. You can't leave your family a job. You can't leave your kids a damn job. You don't even want to teach your kids. My 25-year-old works a job. My 14-year-old will never go to a job. If I have anything to say about it, because if I told him to come in here right now and do this presentation, he could, because he watched me work myself out of a job. He watched me quit my job to make money. He watched our life completely change. Now he's always in my purse, in my pocketbook. Mom, can I have this? Before, he wouldn't even hardly ask because he knew I didn't have it. He knew I didn't have it. The painful truth is you will never get rich working a job. You must do something now in order to get free from your job. Your exit plan involves the same strategy that allowed Chiquita to leave her job after over 38 years. She had tried building businesses in the past with some success, but not enough to replace her income and be able to leave her job. Your exit plan is the same strategy that also allowed me to build a profitable business so that I could leave my job after nearly 34 years. To be honest, it wasn't until a few years ago that I even realized that freedom was possible. Because remember, I talked about everybody saying, get a good job, work hard. And that was all our elders knew. I'm not blaming them at all. But what I am saying is, now that you've heard this information, you know different. It is your duty to do different. Do not complain about going to a job you don't like. If you are hearing anything I have to say, there is a way out, because the energy you put into complaining, you can be putting into building a job. Many of you may have tried your best to get free, but because you don't have a strategy, you may be working without revenue. Let me repeat that. How horrible is that, to be working without revenue? You may think you have to have multiple streams of income. Okay, you do need multiple streams of income, but I can almost guarantee you that you don't have the right definition, the right working definition of multiple streams of income. That is wrong. You may be worrying about things like logos and business names. I remember that. Oh, I want my logo and I want my colors and I want, wrong and wrong. None of those things can really free you from a job. A logo not gonna free you unless somebody famous buys the logo from you. It's not gonna free you from your job. And even with all of that, if you're watching this video, you know that staying at a job you don't like is wrong too. You have to refuse to give up on your freedom, just like I refuse to give up on a job. I refuse to give up on my job. I thought that was it. I thought that was the holy grail. Wrong. It was my frustration that led me to the formula that not only freed me, but is also freeing others. And before you ask how much does this cost, let me first ask you, what is working a job costing you? What is working a job costing you? And you maybe say, oh, I get my salary, I get my paycheck, it's not that bad. You're saying that because you don't have an alternative. You're not going to say, you got to work to live. You got to work to live. I get that. You got to work to live, but you don't have to work a job. You don't have to work a job. It's costing you stress, time away from your kids, and your freedom. Freedom, and like I said, I did freedom in stages, became truly free on Friday. Now it is just like I'm unstoppable. So when we were meeting this morning and she was telling me that, she really has slowed down and, she's really ready now. I'm like, oh, I'm ready with you, Coach. What we need to do? What do we need to do? Because it's all about getting this bread, because there's money out there. Whatever gift, talent, knowledge, skills, abilities you have, somebody needs what you have. You just have to know how to work your land, put the seed in the ground, water the ground, harvest, and take it to market. That's what you learn in coaching. If you don't know how to garden, you can't be going and growing vegetables and stuff if you don't know what you're doing. You can't be building no business if you don't know what you're doing. Peace of mind. How many of y'all would love to have some peace of mind and not have to worry about a job, not have to worry about being at a job? I talked to a friend of mine today. He told me that there are 4 people in his office who are asymptomatic and tested positive for COVID, but they're asymptomatic. And I said, oh, damn, I bet you keep your door shut. I was like, I said, how much time do you have to retire? You need to get out of there. That is poor working conditions. Poor working conditions. You got somebody in the office, I don't care if they down the hall, around the corner in another building, they got COVID-19 that you know of. See, that don't even count the people we don't know of. Oh, no, not me, not me. In fact, the majority of millionaires built their businesses because of their frustration of working a job, making someone else rich. They took their skills, knowledge, and abilities and created a business out of it. So no matter what is taking up your time now, nothing is more important than this: your exit plan formula. It helps you overcome the mental mind games that jobs play on your false sense of security. It helps you learn the right strategy to build a profitable online business. It helps you understand how much money you really need to quit your job. If you make 6 figures, you do not need 6 figures to quit your job. I'm not saying you don't eventually need that. I'm saying you don't need 6 figures to quit your job. You need to talk to me. I'm going to break it down for you. Not only that, is once you know your quit number, then you quit and you have that extra 50 hours minimum because you're working 40 and commuting. Just imagine what you can do with that extra time. Now we're talking about scaling to 7 figures. Damn 6 figures, we're going straight to 7. If you are ready to create your exit plan, I want you to schedule a call with my team at bit.ly/XIT call. bit.ly/XIT call. Because when you have a plan, you save the time and the frustration of doing things that are not going to free you from your job. You save the money from investing in things you don't need, and you move much faster towards exiting your job. So what I want you guys to do, I want to let you know, when you work with us, we help you develop the mindset you need to quit your job, both physically and mentally, and develop the strategy you need to build a profitable business. Why won't my screen advance? So that you can be free forever and never have to return to a job. Mindset plus strategy equals revenue. Let me repeat that. Mindset plus strategy equals revenue. There are limited spots available in my program, so be sure you schedule a call with me at bit.ly/XIT call. And if you're thinking, I don't have the money for any program, I'm already living paycheck to paycheck, I want you to schedule a call with me so we can talk about how you can get the money you need to get the help that you need, because it is imperative. Your life depends on it. Your life depends on it. So I don't know if there's any questions. I know it's super late. You guys have to get to a job, but I'm telling you, if you want to, and I didn't even go into how statistics show on Sunday nights, people start getting anxious. They start getting anxious at evening to night because they got to go to work on Monday morning. Monday mornings, the highest percentage of people have heart attacks on Monday morning. Stress, traffic, this, that, and the third. You have to shut your Sunday down early to get prepared for Monday. That's going to be your life over and over and over again until you do something different. So schedule a call with me at bit.ly/XIT call. I would love to chat with you about what it is you need to do in order to get prepared to exit your job. Okay, I know I went over, ran off at the mouth, but I get real passionate about it, Tisha. Do we have any questions?
Oh, you're good. No, that was great information.
Thank you.
You did the dang on thing. You dropped the mic, dropped the mic, and you made some folks mad that we got to get up in the morning and go to work.
But not for long, because I know you and Cynthia Armstead, y'all are well on your way.
Oh
And
yeah.
tell people why you are well on your way.
We got the greatest coach on the planet. That's why.
The mindset, I had to make a decision.
Yeah.
Coach is there, the community was there that she built, like she said, prior to her coming on board. No other coaches come on board like this. And I've spent so much money in the past on so many other coaches. Oh my God. I could have paid my way out of a job by now. All the money that I invested in those other people. And Jennifer mentioned something earlier in the private session that was really important about something else that she had done and how she didn't just walk away from that commitment, even though her life was moving at lightning speed over a period of 8 months by doing the hard work. She still knew that she had a commitment to an additional group of people, and she wanted to still continue to fulfill that commitment and do that so that she could help. Because I'm a firm believer that when you improve the life of a woman, any woman, once you improve that life, by default, she was going to take all the things that she now had after those 8 months and then instill those things into those other 300 some odd people that she talked about. And I've been in prior situations where when people's lives change and things change, baby, they get ghost on you. They gone. You don't see them no more. That happened to me. And then this previous situation, then they had the nerve to text me a couple weeks ago talking about, hey, oh, by the way, we got something new going on. Well, yeah, it's not the same old Cynthia though, so you will get that.
That's good. Dee said she knows of teachers who are going back to work during COVID because they have to pay a car note. Please tell those teachers to call me. I can teach you how to make enough money to pay that damn car payment, to pay that car off. This is your life. Bring your family. You know, my son is going into high school. He's not going to school, even though they're talking about starting 3 weeks, 4 weeks late. He's not going to go until they get a cure for COVID, because if he goes to school, he's 14. He may not get sick, but I'm 52. I might get sick. My sister has an at-risk husband. I wouldn't be able to go around my mom. So it's a family issue. But I have that choice. And I know not everybody has that choice. I know some people are saying, when I was getting my head done the other day, one of the stylists was like, you know, us parents, you know, we can't stay at home. Our stylists, we can't stay at home with our kids, you know, so we got to send them to school. I said, well, I understand that, but really you don't have to send them to school. You can bring somebody in your house to teach them. I understand you got to come. See, people just think almost like tunnel vision. You can hire somebody, make the money you need to hire somebody, because someone in our community now, her daughter's going into kindergarten. She's getting ready to bring somebody in because she don't have time to do it. She works from home, but she needs to work her business. So you make enough money to bring somebody in to do the things that you don't have time to do. We learned that from our coach, just FYI.
You have choices.
We have choices. We think we don't because that's all we know. That's all we know.
That's societal programming. That's societal conditioning. And you have to change that mindset to change that conditioning. And you can do it a little bit at a time. But in this current time, I tell anyone, just because they say you have to go back to this place, that place, or send your kids, you make the decisions for your household.
That's right.
Not them and not the government. You have free will to make your own decisions. Don't be afraid to make them.
Right. And I know some people are probably feeling frustrated, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Even when back in March, when they closed the schools, and at first it was a week, then it was 2 weeks, and then it was 3 weeks. We're gonna go back at the end of April. Then it was like, you know what, forget it. And now we're months later, they're saying we're not going to open. We don't know when we're going to open. They're talking about no football season. Football might be in the spring. You know, they've stopped. This is a sign, y'all. This is a sign. And I know you're in the midst of it right now. And you may be in the midst of just life, just trying to survive. Our message to you is get in a community. When we get frustrated, and uncomfortable, we'll retreat and do what we know. We'll retreat and do what we know. But we're telling you, do something different. Get around people that are going to support you, because I know you're scared. I know you're scared. I was scared too. But once you get around people that are doing it, that confidence is going to come. You may be like, well, let me just reach out to Rose and ask her about her experience with this. And just, it's like if somebody calls me on the phone from the community, I'm like, let me pick up the phone because they need something.
Absolutely.
They need to. But some of my girlfriends call me, she don't want shit.
I'm busy right now. I ain't got time.
She don't want shit. If she not calling me about some money, you want to join my team? And it's not that listen. It's not that I'm antisocial. I'm pro money, pro legacy, pro generational wealth. And talking to somebody on the phone about some nonsense is not going to serve me or my boys. It's not going to serve us. Not at all. Not at all. So I'm just like, and it's been a while since we've even had an opportunity to see each other. When was OneCon? When was it?
December.
December?
Back in December.
It was December. December. Normally, we would have all been in New Orleans this month.
Yeah, we would
doing all kinds of stuff. And when we travel, we have fun, we eat, but our conversations are now, what you launching, girl? What you got going? Oh, I tried this, didn't work. Because see, it's all when you have a coach is going to propel you faster because they're not going to let you make the mistakes they made, right? So if I tried something and it didn't work and you come to me and you say, oh, I want to go do this, I'm saying, don't do that. It's not going to work because of this, this, and this. Do this. Are you coachable? See, not everybody going to be able to hear. Go ahead.
That is a big key. You have to be coachable. You have to know how to let go of some of the things that you learned over the years that may have served you well for a period of time, but you got to know how to be coachable and how to roll with changes. That's
true story. So I'm done, y'all. I'm over here. Tisha, can you please, for the record, for the minutes, for the archives, put down that I was here, Rose was here, and Cynthia was here for the midnight show. And then I'm going to ask Coach when she coming on. Because, she'll bust up in here. Don't tell her I said that, y'all. Y'all don't tell her I said that.
Oh, she listening.
Yes. I don't know what you think, CJ. I don't know if they get midnight
we don't get credit
for tonight.
We don't get credit.
I don't know. It's part of the program, you got to do that little extra. That's midnight is extra credit.
Extra
credit, but I ain't been able.
Rose, what? It's almost.
Rose, you've probably been on a couple times, haven't you?
I haven't been able. I have woken up in the middle of the night, around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be on the other side putting in comments. But I have yet to be able to stay up long enough to be on this side with the midnight.
Roll over, put in some comments, throw some hearts, some likes, and
then turn over and go back.
Website up.
I don't even do that.
Oh, CJ said y'all get credit. So
thank you, CJ. So that's my credit. That's my accountant. That's my she keeping me out of federal prison.
I should look. Right. We should get credit because it's like 1:36 here in the morning.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I'm ready to go if y'all are. This has been super amazing, guys. Reach out, get on. I don't know. Was Coach's link for a call?
It was the
Power of Me.
Power of Me. Yeah. Get on that link that will keep you connected with us. It'll keep you informed of the opportunity she has. Again, if you don't have the money, reach out. If jewelry is not your thing, reach out to Rose. Reach out to Rose. She got something for you as well. Dr. Armstead, I know you're doing a whole bunch of stuff over there. Reach out to somebody in the community. Everybody may not resonate with everybody. Y'all, I may not resonate with y'all. Y'all might be like, that other bald-headed woman trying to be like Coach is crazy. One time I was talking live and Verlyn told me that her mom was listening and she asked her, she said, who is that over there trying to sound like Coach? I want to be like her when I grow up. I am not embarrassed. Y'all saw her talk about me and my shirt. I don't care, coach, talk about me. When I hear my PayPal go off, it's all good. It's all good. It's all, and you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I used to wouldn't have been able to take it.
Oh.
That's how I know I've grown. I used to wouldn't be able to take anybody saying anything about me. I always thought that I was so perfect Patty and nobody had, but now they give me, that's why they call me Nunu, because I'm always doing something out of order, always got something to say and need to shut up. So they call me Nunu. And so they were trying to give my name away to somebody, and I'm like, don't give my name away. Keep my name.
I know that's right.
Hilarious. Well, I've been checking. There are no questions on Periscope. Hey y'all, hey y'all. I don't see anything on Facebook, YouTube. We appreciate you being here. None of the groups. I guess we're free to go.
All right. But do I have host control? That's me, right?